DJ and Ashley last year at Bill. They were incredible. Run a huge business in Nashville, Tennessee, with their son Dean, and they do a lot of investing. They do a lot of they development work. And Jay kind of gave us a little secret of what he thought was going to be a great avenue for people to build their business in this climate and in this and where we are right now. So, Jay, I think you sold over 1,500 homes. Am I right?
Yep, right there at it as a solo crazy man, pretty much. I had years where, work was, I still think work is play for me. I love, we got grandkids now, things are changing. My wife's like attached. The grind for, this is year 28 for me. And I spent a lot of years kind of sucking. Well, I spent about 4 years focused on being a country music singer, which didn't work out for me. Hey, did I ever tell you the story about I was working with a record label. My buddy had a condo in Nashville. I was working with a record label, and in Nashville, you'd always have roommates. You'd always have people that are, all everybody's trying to make it. Every waiter, everybody. It's just crazy town like Jason Aldean. And my buddy said, "Hey Jay, come over, man. I got a new roommate. He's pretty good." And at the time, I had well, it was back then. You didn't have social media. You either made it or you didn't make it. It was you made it, and everybody knew who you were, or you didn't make it. If you weren't on radio, nobody knew. You go play the bars and all that. But I go over to my roommate's house, and everybody's kind of sizing. It's kind of like being in the music business. It's kind of like in real estate. Everybody's kind of sizing each other up a little bit. Very competitive. I walk in, and this guy's sitting there, and he sings a song. I sing a song. I was like, man, he's pretty good, you know. But I was still going, hey, man, it's good. Bring it. And it was Luke Bryan.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And Luke was super cool. He was super, just like all of us. There's so many good people. But yeah, that's how I got into real estate, had a life situation. Is what I like to call Dean. He's a life situation. Just keeping it real with y'all. And things changed real quick for me. So I got into real estate and just to give you a little background, I got to tell y'all this story. I like stories. Maybe y'all like them or not, but the whole thing started because, my dad wanted me to, I was waiting tables and writing songs and all that. My dad's like, you got to have something lined up for some type of career, because, you never know, man. You got to keep your options open. And, my dad had flipped a building and paid a realtor. This is back. Think about this, guys. 28 years ago, my dad sold a property and flipped a property, and the commission he paid a 23-year-old kid. And he said, Jay, man, you got that same energy. He paid a kid 100 grand commission on one deal. So think about the size of that 28 years ago. And
Wow.
I ended up going and meeting him in Birmingham, Alabama, and got into real estate, still wanted to be a country music guy, and spent 4 years not doing very well. And then I got serious and started working, and it's been a great, Shelly, it's been a blessing is what it's been. I love this industry. I love it.
When you, a question for you, Jay, when you got into real estate, what was your biggest, like, did you have some big database? Like, what'd you do? What was like the thing that made you super successful fast?
Well, like I said, the first 4 years, my focus was off because
Right.
I still was going, Dad, I'm gonna, I've got my license, but bro, I'm going. And, so I didn't have the focus. I wish I would have had a little bit better mindset those first 4 years. Like I was still kind of not, I still thought, man, I won't be a realtor, so that was kind of, and then stuff happens, and then you got to step in the game. Life happens. Some of y'all are going through those moments right now where life's happening. And when life happens, the ones that got the fire in their belly, maybe it's desire, or maybe it's just I got to pay the bills. right? I think that was it for me. Was I just got to pay the bills, and the bills got big. So, but going back to database, uh, I just knew a lot of people, right? Like I was an interactive social machine. I was around a lot of people in the restaurant business. I was around a lot of people in the music business. I was always in the networks of people. I just love it. That was like my addiction was relationships. And then it took a while to cultivate those, especially being new. I was,
Hmm.
and it's not. Look, I am wherever you can find the energy, wherever you can find the power to build something that's going to last for a long time, whether it's on a team, whether you're going solo, whatever that is, if you're not in front of people, guys, you can't expect to build, a couple $100,000 a year business. Like, I mean, that's y'all are going to probably tell me wrong because I'm old school, right? And everybody will be like, well, I just did this and got 15 clients and don't even never seen them or whatever. But for me, it's that old school, and I think it's coming back, right? And part of what I told Bernadette that I wanted to talk to is the value of just literally going old school and just no bullshit authenticity is the new. I can't even tell what's real anymore. Guys, we're about to go into y'all, I have not I don't want to be the negative nanny on how technology can make us faster because I use it. I don't even use Google to search anymore. Like like I'm an obsessive compulsive studier. Like I am not thinking about where my feet are today because I've already thought about it 10 years down the road. Like I don't run at speed just looking at tomorrow. Now, some of y'all got to look at it that way because I guess I did it one time because it's like, man, I gotta make that payment. But you got to have the vision. Maybe you put your head on a swivel and you go tomorrow. I got to sell a house, but damn it, 10 years from now, I'm going to have a business that's bulletproof. So, but I think authenticity right now, Shelly, is where the separators are going to be. And I'm not telling you to not get on every trend of whatever you see a friend put up a social media post. Um, they start a trend and everybody's doing superheroes or whatever. But if you go to my Facebook page or my Instagram page, I've really not leaned into that. And you know what? You got to run your business the way you feel. Don't listen to me. Just take a nugget. Don't do everything I do. Don't do everything Craig does. Don't do everything. Craig's like, oh damn, Jay, they're damn sure gonna do what I say. I love you, Craig. I'm just messing with you, but you gotta find your wheelhouse, right? You gotta find your rhythm. As long as you are looking for that and putting the energy out toward it, it's going to find you. It's going to find you. You're going to find your people. Going into authenticity, I do a lot of videos on, our family and people, if you're into motorcycles, shit, anybody on here, if I was on your feed and I was seeing you jump motorcycles, I'd be like, wow, that's kind of cool. Who is that guy or gal? And then I'd follow you, and then you sprinkle in a, a real estate post here and there or whatever. And then I'm like, wow, that cool dude's a realtor, man. And, I like motorcycles or whatever. Let me give him a try. So, run into your lanes is one thing. Shelly, I'm going to stop rambling and let you and I am all about questions today, so we don't have to just sit here and listen to me talk. So, but authenticity is big right now because everybody's tired of looking at fake shit.
I was going to ask actually, I know you're a conversationalist. I've had a lot of really good conversations with you, and you're super interesting and super smart. And I think, with that, you and Ashley built an incredible business and something that a lot of people can learn a ton from. I would love to open the floor up and have people just ask you
Yeah.
questions because I know that that's like such a great way to communicate with you. And you
Thank
can
you.
pull it, like we could just have a conversation. I think that would be super powerful. Does anybody have any questions? Like a lot of you know Jay, he's built an incredible organization inside of EXP. He's a guy that is like leads with his heart. They lead with heart. They lead with, I mean, there is nobody more authentic than Jay. And
Oh,
the connecting piece of it, I think that you're connecting with people at a high level and seeing where you can help them has been your biggest superpower. That's just from my, I mean, we've been neighbors. Um, that
well,
is your superpower in my mind, is like just who you are is your
thank
superpower.
you.
And I think that
Well,
like
you're
what
the
you're
same
spot
way.
on. You're spot on about like social media is great, but like I've been busy for a week. I've been posted on there. Someone else has been doing stuff for me, but it's not what I've really been doing. I've really been like in front of people. I love people too. So go
Yeah.
ask him questions. He like open up the mic, talk, share. James Sharp, go ahead.
James Sharp, you look good, dog. You hit the gym this morning. I didn't hit the gym, bro. I got to follow your lead, man.
Keeping it real, baby. Keeping it real. I knew Jay was going to be on the call, so I did the hat just Jay style. See, I knew he was going to wear a hat today. Yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah, baby. But no, when did you realize that you had something that was kind of special, you and Ashley, when you're building up your network? Because, I've had, 20, 25 people under me, then gone up to a number, then down to a number and so forth. But it's not been that critical mass or anything like that. It's been something where it's,
Great question.
been authentic. Take a page from
You're
your book.
very authentic.
Obviously you and I have had a lot of authentic conversation about it. And but when did you realize you had something kind of special? When did it start snowballing for you?
You know, and I just did this in Cincinnati, nonstop meetings with one of our agents. Went up to Cincinnati and kind of got in the grind with one of our top agents. That's just a badass. And she was putting me in front of really good people, like really, um, James, I would say run and guys, this is run with the people that are running to you. Stop trying to when you're taught, you got to find the horse. And when you find a horse, ride it, be there for it, comb it. I don't, by the way, I've only been on horses twice in my life and I'm
I was gonna
scared.
say you're playing the Shelley's there
Yeah,
deal there.
Shelly, when I come out to Montana at some point, look, let's just pet the horses because when I was in the second grade, first time I got on a horse and that son of a bitch bucked me off and I got hurt and got on one. I've been scared of horses, then they know it when I walk up to them. They're
We
like,
got
this
good horses for you, Jay. Don't worry.
but
You got the
find your
best.
horse. You got to find your horse because
Right.
you're
Well,
trying to
let's
find your
unpack that a little bit, Jay, if we can, because there's a
okay.
bunch of cool impact people out here. How do you
So
find the horse? How do you tell when there's horse attributes coming from the person and so forth? Because I got some great people under me, but they haven't done shit, dude. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And so, but there's
yeah,
like one lady that has Jeannie, Shelly,
Hmm.
who
Hmm.
has brought in, some people and stuff like
yep,
that. But when I talk to her, she doesn't go to EXP events. She doesn't come to build. She doesn't go to the rally. She doesn't go to EXP Con or nothing like that. And again, not saying that is everybody's cup of tea, but how do you identify a horse? How do you feel somebody's got attributes that you're like, dude, I could run with this person. I could ride this person. I could mentor this person. I can really push this person.
this is an amazing question, and I'm really glad you brought it up. You know, like some of the agents that we met with one on one, if you ask the right questions, you literally can find out if they're a horse in the making. A lot of them are in that little thing that, when you're running a race, they're kind of like, all right, I sold 20 houses last year. I'm working my butt off and, I want to go to 37 and 50 and, cause like a lot of the agents we met with were there, man. They were badasses in the production side. But you find that pain and you know what, we still sell, man. I mean, I still show, houses with my son and we still icon every year and all of that. But you'll find the ones that just see the vision, James. And maybe you just hadn't found your horse. You need to go after the tired agents. because sometimes the horse is tired when you get it. And then you're like, well, maybe we need to run a different type of race. Maybe we need to build, because guys, it's rewarding. The other thing about recruiting, and I don't even like the word, my wife loves it. She's like, stop saying it's attraction. Stop saying it's whatever the other word is. I don't know. But she's like, stop saying it's recruiting. Look, people actually they kind of like to be recruited, but then they kind of act like they don't like it. Like they want to know more. Like James Sharp, there's no reason why you being in production, the level that you're in, there's just no reason why they shouldn't have coffee with you. They're morons if they don't, or they're egomaniacs. And I try to weed through the egomaniacs. I can figure that out real damn quick. Like if it's just like, when I sit down with them, then the meetings get short. But like you're gonna find that tired agent that's like, okay, James, what is it about this rev share? What is it about this stock? And then when they come on board, you got to get in their hip pocket. Oh, I got a good one for y'all. There's a time clock. And guys, I'm going to talk about new agents recruiting here in a minute, but right now I'm talking about going after, or okay, let's say Craig, I don't know what I don't know what your schedule is. I know you guys, your production level, all those people in the room, y'all are badasses. And but like, even if Craig, can I ask you this? Do you spend any time recruiting, or is it just Shelly? Like
I do.
really and seriously?
I do.
Okay, and I know you run the production side of it. How do you do that? Because you're a stallion, right? So some of the people in the room, y'all are stallions, and what do they call a little baby horse? Shelly, you would know what
A
they call
foal.
it.
I just had one this week, two
What
days
is
ago.
it?
A foal. I had one 2 days ago. My
Nice.
baby was born. No pictures on social media yet. We don't have
A
a name.
foal. A foal is what it's
Yeah,
called. A foal.
a foal.
So
A
some of
shepherd.
y'all are foals, and it's okay. Foals grow into stallions if they're trained by stallions. Okay. I was a shitty foal for 4 years, and then I got with the right person and became a stallion in sales. But like maybe, you guys could bring, even if you know, ride Craig, he's your stallion, and maybe bringing in people to talk to him. And
Yeah.
don't even try to recruit for the team. Like let that be organic. You don't know if, especially if somebody's cranking out tons of deals, you don't know if they want to be on a team or if they just want to learn from Craig LePage. Like they'd be dumbass to not come in and have a meeting with you and Craig. And you got to Craig has to be treated like the stallion. And when you're talking to an agent, go, listen, do you know Shelly and Craig? Oh yeah, they kill it. Go, listen, even if you could just come pick their brain for a minute. Like I love to use pick your brain. Then it's not a recruiting meeting. Just listen, I can get a meeting with him. He's busy as shit. But I'm gonna tell you, if he could just like bounce around and talk to you for a minute, he's a great person, first and foremost. He's not he's got no ego. He's kind and kind-hearted. So let's not even use it as a recruiting meeting. Let's just go meet with Craig. And then Craig, maybe Craig has time to come out of the office and meet him at a Starbucks. I love meeting people at neutral locations. Their guards down. I built this whole thing at Starbucks and Panera. I actually love Panera better because I can get one of. I'm like James. You don't eat them because you're in such good shape, but I'll eat those little croissant things and drink some coffee. But I love meeting people at a neutral station, James. But the main thing is going back. I'll rattle Shelly. If you got to stop me and bring me back to like
You're doing great. I love it.
but like neutral site. Hey, let's go meet at coffee. You
Jay,
know.
one thing we
Yeah, go
have
ahead.
a couple of teams on here, and I love the fact that you're hitting the teams because these teams think that they have to do like a second job when they're recruiting. You put it on Craig, myself, Lee Tessie, or Chris Fritch. We want and James Sharp, and there's lots of teams on here. I can't see everybody, but put it on the team leader and like what you said,
100%.
pick your brain, like because you don't have to just open the conversation because then Craig can be like, hey, have you ever met my partner Shelly? Or Lee can
Yeah.
hey, have you ever met my friend Shelly or my partner Shelly? She's amazing in this market. And it's all about connecting, right?
I would
Perfectly
say
said.
one more thing I would say is once you get to that meeting, be a good listener
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people just start talking at them and trying to solve their problems, not knowing what their problems are. You're focusing on one thing and they're like, I'm good there. My pain's over here. So if you ask a lot of questions and being a good
Amen.
listener, they'll tell you exactly what's wrong with their business, with their brokerage, with their future, with everything. You just need to listen.
I love that. And it is, what's going on is pretty much my first question. What's going
Ask
on?
questions. Yeah.
Keep it general. What's going on? What are you seeing? And maybe it's if you develop a little tighter relationship with them, maybe you just go grab the first coffee with them. Don't take a bunch of stuff in there. Don't take a pitch sheet. Don't take a laptop. I don't take this into a meeting. I like to walk into a meeting with nothing in my hands. It's less, they feel less. I don't go with a laptop. So, yeah, I mean, Craig, you're right. I mean, they're going to tell you where their pain's at, and one of the other questions is like, man, you're a killer and I respect that. I mean, you're capping, every year you're going to 100%. How cool is that? Maybe an icon. I mean, this is awesome, but do you feel like where you're at production wise, is there a point in time in your life where that production probably needs to be shed, at least half of it over to somebody else? Or do you actually feel like, you know, you want to do this till you're 75? Or, like how long, right? How long do you want to be, working Saturday, Sunday, every Sunday, which I did for till I got to eXp and built what we did. I mean, hell, I did it for 24 years in the business. Not 24 years. Wait a minute. That's wrong. 17 years, 18 years. But yeah, questions are big and make it fun. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
people want to hang out with fun people. Like, you, some people are like, well, Jay, I don't have your personality. And, my wife, if you've ever met my wife is like very much probably a better recruiter than me, James. You probably know that, right? Um, and she's complete opposite type personality, and she listens really probably better than me, Craig. I get so excited. I'm like, yeah, 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 and I start bouncing off the room, and but guys, you don't have to be, everybody in here is different. And the authenticity that I talk about, whether it's in production, see, I think production and recruiting is the exact same momentum.
Me too.
If you can sell, you can bring agents. You just got to treat it the same way. You got to take it that serious. And if you've never seen Gene Frederick's napkin presentation, which did y'all hear that he's about to do every 2 weeks, he's going to do one live on a Zoom that you can invite people to. I am stoked. And Nicole, y'all are all in Gene's group too. Nicole is actually taking his napkin presentation. And if you haven't seen it, it'll rock people's world. Everybody on here that hasn't seen it, you want to get your world rocked, go watch it. Because one of the things, how many of y'all, and it's okay, how many of y'all think it's hard to go through life, pay for kids' college, pay for the gas, and pay for all the crap, and save $3 million? So you got to pay for all the shit and save $3 million in real estate. It's, I mean, it's really hard unless you have something like a rev share. And the reason being is because RevShare pays that residual every month, just like that $3 million that would either be in the stocks or be in bonds or be in mutual funds. So anybody want to go out and save $3 million and be able to retire on the money coming in every month from the $3 million on your investment? Anybody want to do that? Or anybody want to bring in 10 agents and help them get 10 agents?
Mm-hmm.
Same money. Bring on 10. You guys don't need to bring on 100 people. You need to bring on 10, and hopefully you find a horse, James, James went out and got his second session in. I don't see him. Where are you, buddy? He went lifting
I'm
weights
still
again.
here, baby.
Okay, there you are. But yeah, I mean, find your get your 10. Don't worry about, whether they're horses. You're going to find out if they're those foals that are growing into stallions. And then when you find them, you want to if they're a stallion right out of the gate and not of them all, don't anticipate that. Some of them are going to come in and go, I just need to sell. I don't want to sell. And then maybe a year from now they stumble across somebody that they go, hey man, what's up with Craig LePage and Shelly, and then they kind of organically recruit themselves. But if they're ready to recruit and you bring on the horse, you better get somebody under them quick. The second somebody gets under them, and I don't even like to use under and over and downline and all that stuff. I hate those words. I never use them, so I apologize on the call. But the second you can help somebody get their first brokerage piece, their first partnership, because that's what it is. I use the word partnership. This is a partnership. You're not coming to my brokerage. You're just going to partner in your own brokerage, and I'm just going to be one of your partners that's going to help you grow. So that is a big word. If you're writing stuff down, you don't say, come, we're looking for partners. This is agent owned. I love that word. I use agent owned. I use partners. I say, it's crazy to be somewhere where you can't get to 100% when you're recruiting, an established agent. Now, if somebody's giving you leads, that's a whole different pitch, really. Somebody's building your business with you. That's a whole different group. Any
Have
questions?
When you go into a meeting with an agent, do you have an outcome in your mind? I mean, I don't ever have an outcome. I mean, I would love for them to be a part of what we're doing, but if it's not a good fit, because I think the hardest thing people feel is rejection, and they think I'm going to get a no. But if you don't care about the outcome, why you'll have more conversations, because the outcome's going to be right when it's right. And so don't worry about it. Just keep having conversations. But without conversations, you get nothing.
100%. I don't have an outcome. And first of all, I don't try to convince them in one meeting. It's too big of a decision. I'm more of a slow date. I'm moving in a direction, but I'm a slow date.
Well, I
and
mean,
and it's just like that. The second you girls know, the second the guy's like, oh, you're the greatest thing it's ever lived. You're like, whoa, bro.
boo, bro.
Don't don't go there. I'm already got one foot out the door because you too desperate. Like, be cool, Go find out what's up with that girl. It's the same thing. What up? Ask questions, find out even see if it's a good partnership, right? I mean, isn't that what you're looking for? You want to babysit an agent? You want a whiner? No, you want to look for people that are looking for you already. So it's a numbers game in that sense. I've been turned down so many times, Shelly. I mean, I'm just a reject that was able to bring in enough people that were horses, and I help them. And I don't care what level they're on. I don't even track what level people. I'm not that organized, Shelly. I'm a massive mess of energy. So I'm not like, oh, I'm only working with people that are, in this many levels of mine. No, just find the people that
With
have
everybody.
desire. It's rewarding to help them.
Yeah, it's all energy. It's getting around good energy. Go ahead, Lee. I think you have a question.
I'm just thinking for some of my agents. So Jay, like, Tiffany's pretty new. She's less than a year here
Hey,
on the,
Tiffany. Hey, Lee.
sorry, Jay. And then like Reed's been on the team for about 10 years, sells about 70 homes a year. So it's like
Bam.
doing that. Like, I'm just thinking of ones that are spending more time. Or Lisa's, worked at it some. She's been in the business 20 years, but they don't
Wow.
have people in yet. So I'm like, all right, what do you think? Like, what's the best advice for them for first steps of having some conversation, or what does it sound like if you role played it with them, just to get them
Yeah. Ooh.
started, so it's, yeah.
And you guys, I mean, that's amazing. 10 years and bringing in that kind of, you're on that wheel, and I mean, it's great, man. It's great. But when are you going to get to the 3 million in savings? I mean, how many more years are you going to do it? And I am pro I'm the hardest on my own son, guys, on production because he's at 50 houses, a year. But then you're doing 50 houses. You should be, if you're doing 70 houses a year and you've been in the business 10 years, you know, why not pick up the phone and work on the 3 million in the bank and just call an agent and throw them a compliment on social media? Like, make a list. Those of y'all that have been in the game a while, and then I'm going to go to Tiffany, who's brand new. But the gamers that have been in the game, you guys are grinding. I'm asking you, do you want to do the amount of work you do? Maybe you're okay with it, but 70 houses a year, yeah, I don't know how many years it would take to save $3 million up, live off of it. I couldn't do that in production. And my best year was 81 transactions by myself with one admin. I couldn't save that kind of money through production. And there was a moment where I wanted to be able to sit here in my house in Puerto Rico on the beach and, have more time. But you guys have the contacts already. It's those awesome agents that everybody that's doing a deal right now, you have a recruit sitting in front of you. Send them a gift. Tell them, you know what? Let's go to dinner and just talk. Let's go to, we both worked our ass off on this deal. Let's go to dinner and talk or whatever and buy them a $30 dinner, build that relationship. How many other agents have done that, and be willing to invest a little bit in the recruiting process because y'all have low hanging fruit right in front of you. You just closed 4 deals with that low hanging fruit. And you got to understand, you got to have that $3 million in the bank mindset. How are you going to get there? What are you going to leave your kids? Are they going to sell those 70 houses for you? If something crazy happens in this ridiculous world, is your wife going to go? Is your husband going to go out next year if something happens and sell 70 houses? Or is he going to go, oh God, she only had an occupation. It wasn't a business. Business is run when you're not around. We are on a recruiting call because I could do whole production here because I'm focused on that too. Is this all recruiting? I wasn't sure.
Let's do recruiting because honestly, production, everyone
No
wants to
problem.
talk about that. And I
Nobody
think
kills it.
the way you're hitting this right on the head, because this is where the exit strategy is for all of us. This is not for Lee. This is not for Craig. This is not for Shelly. It's not for Jay. It's for all of us. And
Yeah.
that's why what attracted us this company originally was not, oh, well, we get to do this and live the life we want. We want the life for everybody. So this is, in my mind, super important. And the people that aren't thinking about this or like investing their energy into are making a big mistake because there is no bigger opportunity to make what Jay's saying to you is to make $3,000 a month, you have to have $1 million in the bank. So
Yeah.
$1 million will bring you about $30,000 a month. You can have 20 agents in your organization and grow that to 100. And now you have $15,000, $12,000 coming a month. And you don't have to you don't have to work to save that money. He's saying by the time you pay your taxes, by the time you pay your kids' stuff, by the time you do all these things, then you have to hope that you can save enough to then compound that into millions of dollars because right now with the way that inflation's going, I mean, you probably need 5 to $10 million in the bank.
Yeah,
So,
no.
so
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the reality of it is we all want to work really hard and the money now is great, but it's not going to help you when you're 60 or when your mom's sick dying of cancer or when you're in the hospital and you can't take care of your family. And that's why we're doing this. So yes, recruiting is where
Amen.
we'll be.
But
Amen to that.
I got something that really kind of came to my mind, and I don't know what this number is, but I bet you it's probably above 70% of agents go to their brokerage because they knew someone, not
Yeah.
because
Good
it's
point,
the
Craig.
best place to go and it's the best thing
Yeah.
for their future and the best thing for their family, best
Absolutely.
thing economically. It's none of that. It's because they knew someone. And when they got their license, they're like, oh, you need to come here. They think that the brokerage is interviewing them.
They do.
They're interviewing the broker, but they don't know that when they're a brand new agent.
Sure.
So they go to whatever ABC Realty and they're like, okay, and they're nice to me.
Yeah.
And this is great. And I love my broker. And they live in this bubble. And I mean, that was me. I mean, I was like, I don't know. I knew someone. They said, you need to go here. I did. Everybody was nice. I did my business. We grew it. Then I met Shelly. She came to that brokerage because someone else she knew went to that brokerage. And then we built a team. And then we got smart enough and we're like, what are we doing? We're spending all of this money. We're giving them all this money and we're not using any of their tools. There's nothing in return. There's nothing for our future. There's nothing for our team's future. That's how we made this move. Is Shelly basically said at a conference one day, she had this light bulb moment and she's like, we're only as good as our next transaction. Out of nowhere, she just blurted it out.
Yep.
And I was like, you're right. And
Yep.
that's when our wheels started turning. And then from the grace of God, this was plopped in front of us and it checked all those boxes and here we are. But my point is people get to where they are because they knew someone, not because it's the best thing for their future or their family.
That's excellent, Craig. It's the truth. I mean, how many times, Craig and I, Jay, any of you have been on this call? It's just a relationship. This is a relationship business, no different than how you build your real estate business. People, and they're waiting for you to ask them to the dance, and you're not asking them to the dance. And it's selfish because this, you think, oh, they're doing you a favor. No, you're doing them a favor.
Yep. You are. I mean, you're offering them a partnership. You're offering one of the things, guys, I am telling you, I can't believe I didn't bring this up till now. When I was at Remax, the number one Remax agent in the world, he and I, he's the number one in the world right now. We came up through the ranks together. And, different. I mean, he couldn't be any more different than me, than a man in the moon. And what I mean by that, he's technical. He's, the programmer kind of guy. He even says, I'm not a realtor, I'm a lead gen machine. And that's great. And he was like, man, you just do this business so different than me. And that's because I run in the lane that I'm comfortable in. And I love going back to everybody there that's selling 70 houses. I mean, that was me. And I enjoyed it. I don't look down on it, but like you got to figure out, what direction this looks like for you. But in leverage sense, every multi-millionaire has leverage. And you cannot become a multi-millionaire without some type of leverage. An admin is leverage. A business partner, Shelly and Craig have leveraged each other and very wisely and helped a lot of you guys, just like Lee and Chris's team. You got great leaders. You wouldn't be there if they weren't great leaders and they weren't bringing something to the table. So teams that stay together, there's a gel of unselfishness. Look, a lot of teams dissolve and teeter out, and normally it's because the leader's not leading with that energy. But you guys are doing that because, like Shelly said, y'all are all killing it in production. But do you have any leverage? See, you can have more. Everybody that's on Lee's team, you can have more. You guys look at Lee sometimes. You're like, man, he's got leverage on. You can have more leverage than Lee 3 years from now.
Yes.
He'll be looking at you going, man.
I wish I was like Melody.
It's so true, guys. It's so true. And another thing I'm going to say, and this has been something that I've kind of only in the last 6 months have I seen this with all this crazy shit going on in this industry. Zillow fighting with Compass and Compass coming in here and paying agents and, all this crazy stuff. Agents are more, their appetite to change is a whole lot easier than when Shelly, me, Craig, and some of the people I'm telling y'all, they're just waiting for somebody to call and go have coffee with them or take them to a $26 lunch. Guys, you got to it's like everybody on the team there, on these teams, you know what? the team leader's making it his monetary investment in you guys. And you guys wonder how he built a business instead of an occupation. He spent money to make money. Some of y'all need to take some of that 70 houses a year and go, you know what? I'm about to take $1,500 of my money and I'm about to invest it in the $3 million Jay Nelson's talking about. And I'm about to take all these agents that I did deals with and I'm going to take them to Outback Steakhouse or Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse is a really good place to go.
Um, Dina, I see you on here. So Dina Casual, she just joined us back. She's a boomerang. Just
Boomerang.
from she went to Dina, I hate to put you on the spot, but I know your passion. We've had some great conversations. Would you mind sharing like what it was that like share with just like in 2 minutes, a quick 2 minutes, like what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, just a quick background. I spent 20 years in the enterprise sales space for technology. We had huge layoffs in 2023. So I always had real estate on the side. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to go all in on real estate. When I first came on board, I came on board with Craig and Shelley, right? But I was basically a brand new agent. And when was that? 4 years ago. So 2022. And I was kind of floundering. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I had all this technology, like all the pieces were. So I started realizing and trying. I tried the different big box brokerages. So I went to KW. I went to Better Homes and Gardens. The latest was Coldwell Banker, and sure enough, they came in and they, gave me some money to come on board. But they were all the same. They weren't giving me anything that I was already creating. I was building campaigns. I was in Zapier. I was building the back ends. I was doing it all, and they weren't giving me anything new, and they weren't supporting building a business more than what I was trying to create. And
Sure.
when Craig reached back out to me recently and he said, I need you to jump on this meeting and check out, what we're doing. And I did, and I started to have some conversation, and I said, well, this is what I need. This is that little, just that something more, that the vision I've had that the other brokerage didn't help me to realize what that even really was. Well, here it is. And here it is with eXp. And now I'm sitting on this call today and you guys are talking about recruiting. And my mind is just like, oh, yes, I can do that too.
You can.
So I don't know, Shelley, anything you want me to add to that?
Well, I just wanted to highlight that only because, like when you bring a new agent on, sometimes they don't realize where they think that there could be shinier objects. And, and she went out, figured it out. Kent is back with us and excited and sees what she was like. I almost had to go through that process to figure out this is home. Because the first thing you said to me, Dina, was, I need to come home.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I was in the right place at the beginning. So I'm just sharing that with you because like what if we hadn't made that call to Dina? She'd just be over at Coldwell Banker doing her thing.
Yep.
It was just a
Yeah.
phone call, right? And then, and the other thing I'll tell you is you have to move quickly. Dina had how much transactions coming? And Craig and I were like, we got to get this girl moved over now. Like,
Yeah.
'cause otherwise, you got to keep the momentum of when someone's in attraction mode, especially if you're bringing over a beast. Like Dina's a beast. You bring
Yep.
her over, you don't let her sit and wonder and struggle. You support that person through that transition quickly because she can't live in limbo for weeks on end. She's got to make a decision, get there, transition over in 3 days. What do we need to do? How do we need to support you? She's pretty self-sufficient, honestly, but just I think, how did it feel to have that support?
It's been awesome. I mean, what have I been on, a week? Been
Yeah,
back. So I've
Oh,
got
you've only been back a
a
week?
a
week.
week. I've got 3
Come on,
listings up.
girl.
I've got one under contract and everything's under eXp. Um,
In
so
a week.
yeah, I've been back a week, but it's funny, Shelley, I know one of our conversations before I did pull the trigger, I was like, oh, but I have this going on and I have this going on. And one of the properties is it's mine. And you were like, there's never going to be a good time. There's never going to be a good time. So if this is the move you want to make it now. And I was like, okay. So that's what I
Sometimes
did.
I
you
love
have
it.
to give somebody some instruction or give them the confidence that you got their back and help them make the decision. Jessica Nieto, who's one of our top agents in our entire company, solo agents, I told her, I said, Jessica, you got to make this move. And it just said, because I really believed it, but you can't say it if you don't believe it. If you don't believe it's
Yep.
right, don't say it. But if you know that it's the right move for that person, help them make the decision. Because they're waiting for, sometimes they're like, they're going to home laying beside their spouse going, I'm really thinking about making this move. And their spouse is going, oh my gosh, like you're
Yep.
like crazy. Like, how
Yeah.
are you going to do that? Did he do that?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, okay, well, if you say this is the right move, I'm behind you. I'm like,
Right. Because
okay.
they want to support us, but they think we're crazy because they're used to the
Spouses
normal one.
make decisions, y'all. You gotta, at least in, manageable marriages better. But yeah, that's great. And welcome, Dina. Welcome
Thank you.
to the family. And, everybody's just trying to really, I just see
Oh,
so much unselfishness with the agents here and, referral base. If you're not, why are you not at eXpCon?
oh,
You can't
eXp Gon's the
go,
bomb.
you can't take the write-off,
Yeah.
need any tax write-offs, you don't like referrals. I mean, find a way. I hate it that the tickets are so expensive because I know that, some people can't, it's like, man, that's a big bite to do, $900. I'm not, I wish EXP would listen to me because I've run in some other businesses, some events, and I know how to make sure they're not $900, but, they don't listen.
But it's
As
worth it. It's worth
it
it.
is worth it.
I have
It's
never
not a
left
bad
there without
deal.
more. I've never left there and then not made probably 10x that.
Oh
Just
yeah. It's worth whatever it would be.
yeah, it is. The relationships are critical. Like some of my business from last year was a lot of eXpCon. And like Jay, like we wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for these events. And what a
Oh
great
yeah.
partner you are. And he's not even, guys, this man is on this call with you, helping you build your business, and he's not even in your business. But that's what we do for each other.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb right now, okay? And some of y'all are gonna take me up on it, some of y'all won't, and it's cool either way. I'm gonna go out on a limb. So one of the things that we've done very religiously is events that are connection events. And we've done this, when we brought in the whole regional rally thing, that was a thing that, we had like I appreciate Shelly and Craig supporting that when I went out and fought for it. Um, you know, uh because we had done it at a prior company. That's why I say I've done a lot of events before EXP. I've done lots of events, big events. We did an event in Dallas Cowboy Stadium that I had something to do with, and we've had half of Dallas Cowboy Stadium, completely other business, but we had a half of the new one, half of it was full. And that's what I want out of EXP Con. I want a stadium. I don't think I think to, I have a big vision for that. So, I love EXP Con. I just want it in a stadium, and I
Charles,
want
Mack- Charles
and I
Mack
want
in
30
Vegas.
I want 30,000 agents there. But you got to have a plan to do that. But maybe one day. But like events that are like connection events, like just Shelly, y'all did it when we did build last time, where um, uh, there was more than just training. It was a lot of social.
Mhm.
Your business should be social, even if you're running the real estate part of it. Cookouts, Super Bowl parties, Christmas parties. The majority of the things we did to build our business was social events. Go ahead, Shelly. What are you saying?
Well, wouldn't you think, well, don't you think that like people get hung up on certain things about what they think people want? People want a vision they can build into. They want a community and they want it to be fun. And they don't want to feel like they're joining a company. They want to feel like they're joining a movement. And they want to feel like they're making a difference for their family, not a short term, not a short term game, but a big term, a big time opportunity. with people that love them and genuinely care about their opportunity.
We live in a world now where people live behind this machine that we're sitting on right now.
Yep.
And it's taken humanity into a different place. And that's why I'm telling y'all, I think this is the best time to ever recruit agents.
Mhm.
Everybody's like, wait a minute, I going into authenticity, which was part of our original, what I said I was going to talk about. And I want to address real quick, I'm bouncing my head. Angela had said, and I love the fact that the transparency with my sober community. Oh, yeah, work that community. I mean, that's your peeps. Um, you know, Angela, will you turn on your mic real quick? Do you mind? Or are you okay with that?
I'm looking to see if she's here. I think she might have popped off.
I think she had to hop off. She's in Canada and she's in the middle of a storm. Her Wi-Fi was going in and out. So she
Well,
texted
tell
me.
her I tried to answer her question. I apologize I didn't get to it soon
Well,
enough.
we'll send her the replay so she can watch this, Jay. So say what you want to say to her. We'll make sure she sees it.
Well,
Thanks.
I mean, the sober thing is a little bit different. I mean, it's kind of like when I don't know. That's a tough one. She's got a business coach telling her not to share it. I don't know. That's a tough one because that's a really personal thing. Um, you know, maybe I don't know. I wish I had the answer. What are your thoughts, Shelley?
My thoughts are like, I think definitely the community market to them for sure, be a part like for your business. The other piece I think is like it's super personal. I think that we all have things that are struggles for us. I mean, if you don't have a struggle and you're on this call, I'm like, I need to know you. I mean, I don't know what that is. Like,
You're a liar.
you're right. Well, I mean, my friend just put one of the girls that's staying with me this week. She put in Claude. She said, "Tell Shelly what it is to drink 4 Diet Coke Zeros a day. Like, what is that doing to her body? Like, wow, we were doing this Claude thing, and we were playing with it, and it was just hilarious. Like, Shelly, you should. It was funny, but we all have these. That's something silly, but I'm saying we all have things that are challenging in our life, whether
Sure.
whatever, family, whatever. So I think being authentically you, but I think you have to think the bigger picture is what does it have to do with them? Because it's not about us. So
Yeah,
does
like
it matter to them? Go ahead, Lee.
So I was just asking my agents, I was like, all right, what do you need to hear? And they said, what about a role play? So Tiffany would like to role play with Jay if possible. Like, so she's been in the business a year. She's selling last month. We sold what, 5 houses last month?
Woo!
25
I'm
in the
at
last.
almost 20, 22 to date in 11
Okay.
months.
Okay.
Incredible. Congratulations. That's awesome.
So what her role playing, like, would it be calling a co-op agent or what are you thinking, Tiffany? So just like,
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at is I want to make sure that I'm maximizing what I'm here for, and that's to help people. And it's just like my service to humanity is just helping others. So in addition to
Amen.
my clients, I'd like to be able to connect with other agents that I feel like would be a great match. So I'm just starting to enter that because I always knew it was potentially a viable option. I feel like now I'm kind of at a level with a year on the team under my belt, just sort of being a little bit more confident and able to having those conversations and seeing people in my social media community and my local, in-person community, seeing me enjoy my team and success and the people I work with. So I kind of want to, and I've had a lot of questions. Most people aren't agents. They're like, oh, I want to get into real estate because I saw you did it when you were 40 and now look at you. And
Yep.
not to, toot my own horn, but I feel like I really took this very seriously when I joined, and I want to be able to help other people do the same thing.
Love it. Okay, Tiffany, you got to understand, you have 25 deals under your belt, right?
Almost. Yes.
Okay, 20. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to go home today, and Lee, we're going to hold her accountable, okay? Because she wants you're going to hold her accountable for what she just told me she wanted, okay? Because here's the deal. If you can introduce this, you're doing them a favor. You guys got to get out of your head. The guy that recruited me has only sold 3 houses, but I loved him as a person. He had built a relationship with me, and I would take a call with him and I got on a Zoom for him because he's a genuinely nice guy. It didn't start overnight. I wasn't a raw recruit, but he got me on a Zoom. And here's what I want you to do. My brain bouncing around a little bit, so I apologize. I want you to go write the 20 people's names down. And I want you to take 20 times 30. What is that, guys? I'm sorry. What, 320 times 30 is $600. I want you to earmark I want you to hand Lee the $600 so he can hold you accountable. Okay? Bring him $600 and tell him every time you use the 30 to take one of the people out, the 20, then you're going to come in and go, Lee, give me that damn $30. I just took Becky. And if she wants it, if she wants this, let's make her get it. If she doesn't want it, I don't want you to even call anybody. You tell me you want to, that you don't want, guys, we make millions, not hundreds of thousands, millions in rev share. Okay. And I can choose whether I'm building a subdivision next week or going and showing a $3 million house with my son. And I don't have to do either one of them to be retired. Okay. And if that's what you want, then we're going to have Lee keep you. Find one. You don't have to make it Lee. Make it. I mean, the gentleman sitting next to you was what, 10 years in the business, 70 houses in a year. That's a whole nother level. Give him the $600. He's got plenty of money to hand you $600. Only if he wants this. If he don't want it, don't give anybody $600. And then you take those 30 people to dinner and just say, hey, you know what? You guys think this is a big pitch. It's not. Hey, you know what, Mike? You know what? I just want to let you know you were so great. You know, that deal closed. You helped me get that inspection report done. You know, and maybe even go back and go to the 20 people. I'm literally doing some brainstorming for you specifically. They're probably following you on Facebook. Maybe you haven't followed them or whatever, or friended up with them. Friend them, become friends. Probably already has happened. And go and make that list of those 20 people and go in their social media and find things that matter to them. It's like Shelley said, one of the reasons why we told Miss Angela, you know, it's all about them. So go on and find Mike's post about his daughter graduating from high school, Tiffany, and comment on it. Say, Mike, you know what? Your sign. We all need to update our picture like every 4 years because we're all getting older. But my goodness, you got good genes because your daughter's gorgeous.
I love that.
You're getting older, but dang, son, you got some good genes to throw around. She looks like a supermodel, you know, whatever. And be genuine. There is something good you can say about Mike. There is something good we could say about anybody. But Mike put that up because that's what's important to Mike, right? So you make a list and you go through and you know, I literally did what I'm telling you. All right?
Yeah.
That's how I'm here. And I built, you know, I was back looking through the agents. Oh man, that's cool. She went to Italy and wow, I went to Italy. That's cool. I want to go there. Find, you know, maybe like on 3 or 4 things over the next 2 weeks on these 20 agents. Don't be don't be hammering them, you know, they want to know you're following them, but don't go stalk them and like 10 posts in one day because then you're like strange. And then you reach out and say, hey, Mike, man, you know, I've commented on your thing with hang on a second. Okay. I commented on your thing there. Man, you were just awesome. Let's go to dinner. I need to talk shop with some people because everything's changing with all this ridiculousness. And I love just networking. Let's go to dinner. Guess what? Don't bring up eXp.
Exactly.
Just take the man, go get your money from the gentleman beside you and go get your $30 back because you took. Look, that is going to leave an impact that no matter what they decide to do in a year, 2 years, they're like, that was pretty cool. Maybe you go ahead, Shelley.
I was just gonna say, like, being intentional, Like running into someone at the store, awesome. That doesn't mean anything. You made no effort. That's like, hey, how you doing, Joe? How you doing, Joe? That's not a meeting. But being
Nope.
intentionally asking someone to the dance. And that doesn't mean asking them to the XP. It means asking them just to meet. Hey, I like the dinner thing because it's more formal than a lunch. And usually you can get their spouse there. And then when the spouse sees you and likes you, then they are like, oh my God, that Jay and Ashley, they're cool. I really like them. They really seem like they know their stuff. And you talk about other things because not only does eXp open more doors for more sales, recruiting, it opens more doors for investment opportunities. Jay and Ashley, we've done some stuff like, right? It's like, how do there's some doors that open up beyond even just transactions. And so a lot of times it's just a great relationship. So, and then all of a sudden they're like, I really want to understand. I want to be in business with these people because they matter to you. And I don't like talk to people I don't want to be in business with because like Jay said, I like to run with lions and people that have good energy and are excited about life and they have a vision for their life. I want to help them get there. That they're lifting each other. They're lifting me, I'm lifting them. It's a balance. We're just doing it together.
Amen. I
Go
think
ahead,
it's
fine.
simple. It doesn't have to be. Go ahead, Tiffany. You had something you wanted.
No,
What do you think of that, Tiffany? Do you want that? Or I'm asking you, is the residual thing even something you want?
yes, 100%.
Okay,
And
great.
I have like been in other, I'll just say it like it is, like I've been in other network marketing companies, quote unquote, in other like hair products and soap and blah blah blah. So everyone kind of like views that in a specific way when you say those words like, oh, recruiting and downline. And I don't want that. I want to have a relationship and actually help those people know I really care and really, because I really do. And I want to help them. And
That's why this person's at my house because we're in a relationship together. That's right. We weren't bird
that's like
horses.
in my real estate career when I turned 40. So for the last 3 years, I have always known that there's another way instead of grinding until I'm 80.
Mhm.
But I still probably will. But also, there's probably another way to add on to that and help people at a bigger level. That's just kind of like why I feel like I'm alive.
Hey, Tiffany, and by the way, I was misunderstanding where Tiffany was sitting, so I apologize. The lady beside you, I was thinking that was Tiffany, so sorry. What's
That's
your name?
awesome.
So here's another thing to kind of go down. This is something I processed because when the market crashed, I lost, just FYI, when I owned a piece of a Remax. I owned buildings all over Nashville, commercial, all kinds of crazy stuff. Back prior, I was building a subdivision in 2000. Goodness, it crashed in what, eight? And I lost everything, guys. I was so broke that I had, and it's funny because I learned a lot of what I did because I had to offset. I never got out of real estate. I was always making money in it. It just dropped drastically when the market tanked. And so I literally went to this travel club. And it was interesting. It was a travel club that was in network marketing. But I started off joining it just because I needed the social interaction. Like I was like going through a divorce and ugly life. And I was like, man, I just need to be around some fun people. So it attracted me. And then I said, well, wait a minute, this is kind of cool. And I started building it. But here's the other thing that's really, really interesting about the way you have a mindset about network marketing and how this is different. Okay. When you go sit down, now I want you to track, the light bulb is it's about to knock you out of your seat. In every network marketing company that's ever been created, Juice, Travel Club, crypto, whatever, I go on and on, makeup, all of that. Okay. When someone invites you to engage in that, the second you say, I'll buy the makeup, let's say you're in face to face with somebody, right? And you go, hey, this is great makeup. Mary Kay's great, good quality product. And you say, hey, you know what? I'll buy. I'm going to join or buy or whatever you want to call it. At the table, who makes money at that table? When they buy, the person
Right.
selling it, right? Okay. Second you say I'm buying, they make money. Did you make money when they handed you the makeup or the juice or the travel club? You making money. So the reason it's not, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not network marketing. Network marketing, when you bring somebody in, the person that brought you in, something on that product, they made money, you didn't make money. eXp, we don't get paid to recruit. We bring an agent as a partner, and if we don't help them sell a house and get paid at the same time, we don't make any money. This is not a juice deal. When somebody says, "Oh, y'all recruit agents," I'm like, well, you know what? It worked out for Gary Keller. It worked out for the team leader. It worked out for, these other people. And, I'm not trying to recruit you. I'm trying to partner with you because I don't make money to recruit you. I'm very upfront about that. I don't get paid a dime to recruit you. I have a brokerage. I'm asking you to be a partner with me in the brokerage, and I don't make money until you make money. And the good part about it is you get to turn over and be transparent. The transparency was huge for me, guys. Like when I was at Remax, I used to people would call me and say, I want to whatever, join your team or whatever. And I would just go, you know what? I just kind of like doing my own thing. I don't want to babysit anybody. I don't want to have to inspire anybody to where it was me. And then I would just send them to Remax. And then when they made their 300 grand a year for Remax, they call me and go, man, Jay, thank you for getting me into real estate, da, 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 da. If I'd have been at eXp, this would have happened years and years ago, right? So the thing is we're looking for partners. You don't make money to recruit them, and they come in on it, whatever the split is. If they're on a team, it's different because of the lead gen, right? Different deal. If they're in a regular agent, they're coming in just like you. You tell me I'm invincible when I can look somebody in the eye and go, you get the same damn deal I get. And one more thing, Shelly, one more thing, because I should have hit this earlier. Do y'all understand what happened 2 years ago to this comp plan? Do you guys understand what happened? Let me give you an example. Shelly, everybody that's been at eXp a while, y'all are familiar with basketball. There's a 10-foot goal. And I have, I never dunked on a basketball goal because I'm not, oh no, I didn't have the whatever. But if you drop it, if you drop it to 8 foot, I'm acting like Shaq, right? Bam, tomahawk. I'm like, you ever put the kid's goal down? What we did in the compensation plan, guys, is what we're telling Tiffany, you don't have to dunk on a 10-foot goal. The goal Lee was dunking on, the goal Craig was dunking on, the goal I was and Shelly, it was 10 foot. You don't have to dunk on it. Glenn took the comp plan. He dropped those 3 levels off where now 4 times as many agents are making money. They're making more money and they're making it faster. And people are like, well, how did that happen, Jay? You want me to tell you the truth? Shelly was unselfish. I was unselfish. Craig was unselfish. Lee was unselfish. All of the leaders in this company said, Tiffany's not 2.5 years ago. We were already thinking about you, Tiffany. We knew one day you were coming in. And we wanted to be able to give you a better runway to get to the same type of capital. So we said, let's take the first 3 levels away. You guys, do y'all know, everybody's talking about 7 levels and I'm okay with it. And we got 7 levels. Y'all realize, I think it's 80% of the money is paid out on the first 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
80% of the rev share. So you don't have to build 7 levels. You need to build your front line, your second line, and your third line.
Yep.
And get your ass to the bank.
Do you guys
we had to build deeper. Shelly, we were like, shit, we gotta keep 20 productive agents.
Yep.
Only gotta keep 20 agents. The goal is at 7 foot. Agents are looking for places to go. You guys have the opportunity of a lifetime the next 18 months to retire off of what we're talking about. And
And the
and
company,
and
they,
18 months is where you need to be burning. Don't
yep,
wait 2 years to decide you want to
no,
do
it's
this.
over. Your opportunities
Let's
right now.
go.
Yep.
All right.
I'm
Sorry,
telling
Shelley.
you,
I
it's
know we're
right
over
now.
time.
Now, I love you for this. I wanted to share with you guys really quick. The company shared $189 million with agents. No other company's ever done that. What part of it are you going to take? That's the question. And then,
Nope.
and how much of it is going to be, it's because that doesn't just happen year one. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30 years from now, this company is going to be even bigger. And you're going to have more horses you're running with because you don't have to do the heavy lift yourself. Laura's down here to help grow her business. Her husband was here yesterday, and other Jada was here. Rick was here. I mean, people are here to learn, and we want
Yep.
to help you. Like all you got to say is, I want more horses in my corral. And I mean, you guys know I love horses, so and the wilder the better. um, so it's just a matter of like getting a little focused, getting a plan together. And Tiffany, you're one of my horses, girl. I can see it. So let's get together. Let's plan. And guys, Jay Nelson will help you. Like partner with him. He's a great partner. He'll co-sponsor with you. Do you need that kind of energy on a call? Like, would someone love him? To be on a call with you, like if he could help them bring someone with you to build something great together, bring Jay into that with you because I love running with him. He's amazing. Him and his wife are beautiful people. They have grandchildren. She's had health scares. What he hasn't told you is him and his wife went through one of the scariest times of their lives and they love each other so, so much. And to see their relationship and to see them together, I mean, let's just help each other and build something incredible for your families, for these other agents that aren't here yet's families, and run. And Craig and I are here to help you. We are full on. Like, if you want to sell more houses, we'll help you do that.
Yeah.
That's easy. So is
Yep.
agent attraction, by the way. You just don't know it
Yep.
yet. So we're
Yeah.
here.
And I know we're going to wrap the call up.
Yep.
You guys, y'all can whatever. I mean, my wife handles our social media. Hit us up on that. Some of them are like, whatever, you gotta, what's going on with that? Like, I can't add past 5,000 friends and then you have to have them follow you. I would add every one of y'all as friends, and we got like 3 different Facebooks that are all filled with multiple different people. But Instagram, you guys, my wife pretty much runs that. It's just a join. It's called J and Ashley Nelson. If y'all want to just kind of become friends or whatever. And here's another thing I'm about to do, Shelly. My presentation that I do is wacky, crazy. It's nothing like anything you've ever seen. I've never been on a Zoom that's as crazy, wacky as mine, ever. But I am telling y'all, when I get off that Zoom and I say, any questions? It's extremely rare they have a question because I am dialing it freaking in. And I am about to start doing a Zoom. And I've been kind of bashful about this because I know I'm going to have a bunch of people go, "Man, that's crazy how he does that," or "That won't work for a certain kind of agent because whatever." Because I really don't, I don't think I mesh with every agent because they're like, "Wow, that's nuts." But I'm going to tell you right now, if an agent is an open-hearted, smart, non egomaniac on my Zoom, we close a lot of them. And I'm about to start doing a Zoom that I'm going to put out to the whole company. And I've been really, really kind of scared to do this because I know that it's so different because I act crazy, but I know my damn numbers and I know how I feel about this company and I know how I feel about transparency. And I'm not on there closing anybody. I'm not on there bullshitting with them. I'm in there saying, look, I am passion. This is not sales. This is passion. I don't try to tie anybody into anything, but I'm going to start doing it because a lot of the reasons I need to open it up. And I think it's not even that I wouldn't have done this for years. It's just I've been a little scared to do it. But you guys, when I launch it here in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, Shelly, I'll get you the link and be ready and just warn people. If you're going to get a guest on there, just say this is nothing like you've seen.
This is
This is
wild.
like this is like a rocket ship coming at you from a guy that leads with his heart and loves eXp, and he everything he tells people that they should do to help their own family, he's done it. So y'all will see that coming here pretty soon. And it's just to give back, and maybe I can help a few people. Some of y'all get on there and go, man, I can't get Joey Jones on there. He'll never come to eXp, but you'll be like, dang, Cindy Lou, she'll be loving this, you know, or whoever, right? Whatever it is. So I appreciate y'all,
We
and I'm very
appreciate you.
thankful for y'all to have me. And sorry we went over time. And anything I can ever do for y'all, I'll just put my cell in here. You're welcome to text me, call me, whatever. We're in Nashville. If you ever want to come to Nashville and hang out with us, we love hanging out in Nashville. It's a fun town. Y'all should come.
Thank you so much. This is awesome. Thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for being you, and thanks for taking the time. And please send Ashley our love, and Dean too. And
Absolutely.
really appreciate you guys. You guys, thanks for
Appreciate it,
joining us today and being a part of this. If you need something, reach out to Craig or myself anytime. We're here to help. That's our whole passion. It's helping everybody.
Let's go save $3 million and put it in the bank, y'all. You'll will it to your kids, and you can't will the ability to go out and sell houses to them. So I want you to think about them. Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
you.
Appreciate you.
See y'all.
Bye.
Do both, and do both great. See y'all.
Bye.
39.